Hello all, welcome to Ambari Cloud YouTube channel, part of Ambari Cloud Open Lakehouse One Wide Recipes book. Today I'm going to present how to connect from Snowflake to Databricks. Basically how to read Databricks data from Snowflake. Just I want to give a history here, right? So in 2003, we did a project and the Databricks does all the ETL work, basically the raw layer. So we follow the medallion architecture, bronze, silver, gold. So the whole ETL ELT work is done at the Databricks layer. Then we're gonna create a delta table. And then the requirements is that we need the same data in Snowflake so that they can build a data warehouse and then share then also some reporting. So what we did is, so we write data into delta table, then immediately from the Databricks Spark, using JDBC, we do insert into Snowflake and as a permanent table. So if you look at here, the storage is dual storage. Then the insert statement requires compute power of the Snowflake. Okay. Then once later they introduced the uniform table, right? So what we did is, we created instead of permanent table, we converted into object catalog, connect Snowflake, object catalog integration, iceberg table, because of this is iceberg here. So we connected. And then basically for that, we need to create an external volume. We know the location of the uniform slash, which is iceberg and delta table. And then, we know the latest metadata JSON, and then we created a Snowflake table. However, because of this is object catalog integration, every time when you update the iceberg or uniform table, which is delta and iceberg, we need to inform Snowflake that there is a change happening. Okay. So for that, what we do is, instead of doing a data insert, we just call a simple, very tiny call alter table refresh. So then with the latest metadata JSON, because when you describe the table properties, we know the latest metadata JSON of the iceberg table, and we make a refresh. So that with that, the compute power almost zero, right? And then single storage. So if you look at here, we have in every inserts, you need a compute power and dual storage. Then we will move to single storage. Then in more recently, when the Snowflake introduced the REST feature, right? So what we did is we just altered the table here. Instead of object catalog, we did a catalog integration with iceberg with REST, right? And with a simple REST, whenever we call with REST is auto refresh, then we know the latest data whenever the Databricks updates the uniform table. So here we don't have, then with this new REST, we don't need to do a refresh, right? So final architecture is the medallion, the ETL, ELT, and all this data transformation, bronze, silver, gold done, and we create a uniform table. And then, the Databricks engine still works on the delta, but the Snowflake uses iceberg and with the REST catalog. So this is the new architecture we built, and it's cheaper, right? And so we don't have to do multi-compute inside and single storage, right? Then uniform, so which is delta and iceberg, and then we can introduce EMR engine, MU or Trinio engines to read the same data. And so which basically allowed us to build an open lakehouse, right? And since we are using uniform, of course, the delta is the Databricks is managing the uniform table here, and all the vacuum and everything is done from here. And since this is from Snowflake, just read only REST, and then it's auto refresh, and then we will both systems are in sync with the same data. Okay, so I'm going to walk through step-by-step procedure. So here we have two options, right? So for existing tables, right? So as I said, right, we have already existing table, delta table, and we need to convert into uniform. So you can just simply alter table, set the table properties. This is existing table, which is in delta format. Then you can alter it. And so saying that alter the table with, is uniform with uniform is a iceberg. So for all existing tables, so all this delta will become uniform, simply alter, right? And or brand new tables, you create a brand new table like customer, and then you apply same properties here. Now it's going to be a delta and uniform. So if you look at, if you connect to this Databricks, you create a namespace, which is catalog, which is a dev, right? And then you can create a database, test database here. Then you create a table, right? So catalog. So if you look at the Databricks hierarchy or iceberg hierarchy, also same. You have a catalog, you have a database, and tables. We call I have a dev one under as a catalog, then I have a test database, and then I have a table, right? So this is how you're going to create. So basically, you connect to the Databricks and create a new table if it is required, and or alter the existing table. So with that, then your delta tables will become uniform table, and again, the data files are not altered. Only whenever you alter, it's going to create a iceberg metadata. Okay. Then, as I said, right, we have permanent table, right? Now later we convert into object catalog table. Then later we change to REST catalog. So I'm going to walk through how we did in the REST. So first thing we need to do is we need to build a catalog integration object in Snowflake. So you log into Snowflake. Okay. So let's log into Snowflake. Okay, so let me log into this Snowflake. You can get a 30 days free. Then after 30 days, you can also change the email ID and then get one. Okay, so to build object catalog, of course, we need to build an external volume. So look at the previous videos, how to build an external volumes. I went through step by step. And also look at this document, the ebook. We have a step-by-step procedure how to build an external volume. So external volume is basically you have a role, right? In your AWS or in your Azure IAM role, and then you have your bucket. So basically you are integrating your Snowflake to your bucket through IAM role, and then with the storage in IAM user and external ID. So basically it is kind of a mounting your bucket to Snowflake. Okay, that's how you're going to do it. So you're going to do it with the admin, then you're going to grant it to user. So you create an external volume. And so I want you to practice more how to create an external volume. So basically you need to create a policies, and then create a IAM role. Then create an external volume here pointing to that role. You describe it and then go back and then update the IAM user ID and external ID. So I had one video, went to the step by step. This is the first thing you need to do. And once you're done, right? So this is external volume, right? Then let's go to my Databricks here. Okay. Okay, so now my Databricks actually stores the data in this location, right? This is also my account, and then this is my role, right? And I'm going to call external volume, right? And this is the location where my table is going to be, right? From my Databricks. Of course, I can configure from Databricks using proper way of doing it, but then I just went to the default here. Okay, so this is your bucket, by the way, and then you create an external volume, and then you describe, and then you update, and you grant it to your role. So here you go back to your role and update your user ID and external ID. That way, then Snowflake and your bucket will be connected. Okay, once you're done creating a bucket, external volume, then you're going to create a object catalog integration. Look at previous videos. Also, I walked through how to create a catalog integration. So the catalog integration is basically telling that, it's a REST integration, right? So this is the URL of your catalog, Unity catalog. By the way, you need a Unity catalog in Databricks. So, and it also does the credential vending, but not puristic way. Then you have to wait for. Still, we are doing external volume. I don't want to deep dive on that, but I will come back later. So here, the catalog integration is you are connecting from Snowflake to Unity catalog, which is owned by Databricks. So this is a URL, HTTPS, right? And then in Databricks, you will get a token. So you log into Databricks or ask your admin, you will give a token for you. And this is a URL, right? Then you build your catalog integration. Of course, catalog source is REST. Then, of course, table format is Iceberg, right? And then, very important here, there's a confusion. People get confused on this one. The warehouse is, here we call warehouse. In Databricks, they call catalog. Okay, so very careful on that one. In Snowflake, we call, when you do catalog integration, right, warehouse is equal to your catalog name in Databricks. So if you look at here, Databricks, right, dev1 is a catalog name, or dev is a create a catalog. Okay, very careful on that part. Then the catalog namespace is the database name in Databricks. Right? So generally in the Polaris world also we call namespace, and warehouse is a catalog, right? And so careful on that one. A catalog in Databricks is warehouse here. A database in Databricks is catalog namespace here. Once you build your object integration, right? That means your Snowflake knows how to read it, your Unity catalog. Then after that, you're going to create your table, right? You're going to do what is the external volume, where is your location of your Iceberg table, then your catalog integration, then what is the table name you want to connect, right? I have a customer table, that's it, right? Then look at this auto refresh, right? So previously with the object integration, right? Go back to here. Every time when you update the uniform, you need to go to Snowflake and do refresh. That refresh now is integrated with the auto refresh. That means basically instead of you calling a refresh, the Snowflake automatically behind the scene, they execute the refresh. Now you can control this refresh time with the catalog integration. You can control, I want refresh every 60 seconds, every 1 minute, 1 day, whatever, whichever way required. So careful on this refresh, because more often refresh, right? The default is 60 seconds. Then, then you have to, it wakes up your virtual warehouse, and then it may be cost you. But, depend, if you are continuous integration, yeah, then, which is fine. You have to have a continuous refresh. Okay. So now then as I said, this is a REST, right? It should take care of the credential vending. Credential vending is, right, in a simplistic, right? Your REST should not be required to tell you where is your storage is. Where is the storage is. For example, for Unity catalog, I'm connecting here. I don't care about where is the Unity catalog storage is. But here we are telling we need a Unity catalog storage. So I'm hoping in future, Databricks will eliminate this line, because here we are still telling where is the location of the storage. But if you are doing a credential vending with REST, I don't care about where is your storage is. I mean the Unity catalog storage or Databricks storage. So watch this one in the future. They may remove it, and they should. And because because your REST should take care of this one. Okay, then you will simply create. Now remember that when you create a REST table, you are not defining the columns here, because you are just reading the table as is. Right? Now it's Iceberg table. So since Snowflake supports Iceberg table, automatically it reads. But there may be situations, it may be a data type issues, watch it, right? But yes, you are not required, you should not, and you will not required to define the columns here. You're simply telling a column name, whatever the column name in Snowflake, what table in the catalog you're connecting, that is Databricks catalog you're connecting, and then you can tell auto refresh, or you can, if you don't want auto refresh, you can run if you don't want auto refresh, you can run it through your task and stream. You can run it behind. But, preferably as in, nobody is doing manually, it's automatic. That is the feature they're giving. Yeah, we used to do manually, right? Everything. But now when they're giving, but again, if you're updating the table once in a day, why you run auto refresh for every 20 seconds, whatever you define here. You can also define auto refresh your time I'm not showing here, but yeah, you can define how often you want to do. So first thing, coming back again, create your external volume, go back to how to read, how to define step by step. I have the total easy way of defining recipe initially, how to define the external volume. Once your external volume, you update the role with your external volume. That way your Snowflake and your disk, which is your bucket connected. You create a catalog integration. Here you get the HTTPS. And so you ask the Databricks admin, and also they will give you the token here. And then very important, right? Warehouse is catalog in Databricks, and catalog namespace is database. Okay, this is many people get confused here. Once you're done, you do all the grants, and then you connect to your database. Then you create your table, right? And then of course you can simply do. So this is how you integrate the Databricks table in Snowflake. Very easy. And previously we had to go through a lot of hoops, through JDBC insert or refresh. Now you simply get your credential information, then your URL, and then you're good to go. Okay. So here, go back to connect to Databricks on the alter existing tables. So connect to the Databricks notebook, simply alter it, right? Or create a new tables, and then connect to Snowflake. Create your the catalog integration. Then of course before that you need to also create your external volume, and then that's it. That's how you're gonna integrate. This is a very important feature of Snowflake reading Databricks data. Then why we need to do that? That's a common question, right? So more often, a lot of Spark-based applications, then existing machine learning, and then a lot of ETL, ELT streaming done on the Databricks side, right? And then the Snowflake does a lot of warehousing and share and all the presentation, connecting to Tableau reports, Ad hoc reports. People used to do it from here, right? So then with this architecture, right, and you're opening up open lakehouse, right? Then EMR can read. Then you would Dremio, Trino, now AWS S3 tables can read these. Then, you're opening up the other engines. So allowing to open catalog. So practice this one. Definitely a lot of companies implement this use case, right? This way, and, you can integrate, save the costs, right? So one single storage, open lakehouse. Right. Then there is other recipes you can convert, Delta or iceberg tables to UD tables, vice versa, and all that stuff. Let's say, or if you have a Snowflake iceberg table and you want to integrate with Delta, I will bring back that recipe again. Then you're going to use UD, converting iceberg into Delta, and then we're going to integrate with Databricks. That's how. So this is a common use case, right? Common architecture. Right? Try it, very easy. And, just look at the scripts we have here, copy it, and then all you need to do is just get, you can also get practice Databricks, just log in, create a namespace, and then catalog, and then, start small cluster and build it one table, execute it here. Yeah, here, remember this one? Let's take this value here. When you create a catalog integration, Here you can tell refresh interval every second, 60 seconds, right? So you can tell, but that's the default, right? You can tell, how often you want and all this stuff. Then auto refresh, okay, you already have a interval. Then auto refresh will automatically kicks in for every 120 second. Here, this table is get refresh. Now watch this one, because every time when you refresh, it needs to start the virtual warehouse. So that means it will add some compute. So depends on your table updates and table updates from Databricks, you adjust your auto refresh. Very important use case. I implemented many places. And if you guys are looking for any advice on this one, reach out to me, kondapalli@ambaricloud.com. But practice it. Very easy to. And I have everything is clean, and then simply, I will. Only thing is you need to go back and create an external volume. Detailed explanation how to create an external volume. Look, external volume. I went to the step by step here, right? Snowflake. Sorry, your Snowflake and bucket are connected. This is external volume. Just think about this kind of amount. Then how do you do that, right? I went to step by step here. Practice it. As I said, reach out to me, skondapalli@ambaricloud.com. Thank you. Bye now.